Hello and welcome to InSource. InSource is a company that has a passion for manufacturing. In fact, our corporate purpose is to revitalize manufacturing in America. In that vein, we're attempting to address the skills gap in manufacturing by outreach to school-age children. We've got many tools that we use for outreach, but one of the coolest is this miniature manufacturing line over my shoulder in our office in Davidson, North Carolina. In the next 2.5 minutes, I'm going to give you a quick glimpse into what this is and how it works. Our production line fills and caps these bottles, puts the bottles into 6-pack trays, and then uses a 3-axis robot to store those. Although this line is scaled down, it uses many of the same kinds of technologies that you would find in a full-size manufacturing facility, the kind that makes the things that you might buy every day. Let's start at the beginning of our process. In the area we call cap processing, caps are removed from a magazine and checked for orientation. This is important because an upside-down cap can't be put on the bottle. A laser sensor checks the orientation, and if the cap is upside down, a gate is deployed which moves that cap onto a reject conveyor. Hopefully, you're beginning to see that our production line takes a lot of intelligent controls to properly operate. In this way, our production line is a lot like a robot. If you've got an interest in robotics, a career in manufacturing might be an interest to you. The next step of the process has even cooler technologies. Under the label of each bottle is an RFID tag. We use this tag to ensure that the right kind of bottle is being fed into the filler. After the bottle is filled and capped, we write some information back to the RFID tag. In this way, the RFID is a little bit like a wireless thumb drive. This allows us to trace this bottle to the customer who ordered it and uniquely identify this bottle if we find out later that there was a problem in the production process. In the third major part of the process, filled and capped bottles are put into trays. This looks pretty simple, but there are some very smart things happening here. For instance, a camera looks down at the top of the tray to make sure it's empty at the beginning of the process. This safety check eliminates the possibility that the machine will attempt to put bottles into a tray that's already full. Another camera identifies this tray number so that we can establish which customer order ended up in which tray. Finally, the trays are loaded into what we call a storage matrix by a 3-axis robot. If your school has an interest in a STEM type event focused on manufacturing, reach out to us about how we can set something up for you. As I mentioned at the beginning, InSource is a company that has a passion for manufacturing. While our company doesn't manufacture products, we work with manufacturers to make them more productive and profitable. We do that with scalable solutions that address all the key elements of manufacturing, including people, process, technology, and disciplined execution. Thanks for joining.